Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video on handling different people, which I reckon I'll ever get bored of that intro and change it up. But then loads of people I've seen that on post videos do the same intro, and they have like a channel intro like thing. I think mine's just like, hello, welcome back to my channel. And that's like, I wanted to do a video on. So anyway, if you're new, hello, there we go, let's get into it. So, handling different people, okay. 2021 has given me a massive insight into a lot of people's the thing is, I can't be bothered to explain the ins and outs of why I believe people have shown their true colours. And obviously, people always have done this. Looking back, it's not a new thing. People show their true colours, people part ways, people change, people lose interest, people evolve past the need of other people in their life, certain people. Here I'm referring to, obviously everyone's different, we all have different thought patterns, we all have different beliefs, we all have different ideologies and stuff like that. And I think it also comes down to age, so I'm not blaming anyone that doesn't feel they're at this level, and I'm not blaming anyone that's past this level. I'm not blaming anyone that's my age and past this level or not at this level, because it's not always about age, it's just about age of maturity at which time we all do it at different times. Some people are actually stuck at certain ages apparently due to trauma. It's called arrested development. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I would actually like to do that. So there, we'll see if I do that. It's quite psychological. I don't think people take me very seriously. I'm not qualified. So anyway, handling different people. I feel like, from my standpoint now, it's just such a thing of, when you're comfortable in yourself, it doesn't matter so much what another person's validation is to give to you. And you kind of, through trial and error, learn, and also just your intuition, to see if you can handle certain situations, if it's in your way, if it's your job description to handle different people. As you are more set in your belief about yourself and your morals that are genuine to you, and they actually, are your genuine beliefs, it just means that when people that are challenging come into your life, you can handle them more efficiently. And I suppose this goes through all forms of people. Obviously, we all have different vulnerabilities, but I'm talking from my mindset, because I could get very levels, I could get very, worldly about this. But from my level, it's a case of, I like to believe, whether this is naive, obviously everyone has some level of goodness they bring to the world, and I do believe that because I've seen it happen. Whether I've just projected my expectations on them, who knows, but I just think, you have to trust in God and that He has His plan for each individual person. Just because you don't see their good, like, God hides people's good from different people if it isn't in their life path to experience it. Just as the same goes for them to you. It's not always necessary, and I from what I've seen of the universe, it works in a very, very interesting way. And when some people have a certain belief about something, another person has a different belief, but somehow it makes sense to both of you. Do you remember that image in like 2010 where there was that dress and some people saw it blue and some people saw it gold or something? And like, you see the same thing but you see it in completely different ways, and it's just amazing like how that happens. Like, it's really just confusing. But when it comes to standing in your own moral ground, I think, know your weaknesses, in terms of what you're vulnerable to. I've done potentially a video on this in the past, or whether it got posted, I don't know. If you feel you're vulnerable to a certain issue, I would say Be aware of that, take a note of it, realise how it balances in your personality, because we all have a natural balance. None of us are, so we can be predisposed to certain things, but usually I think I did a video on this recently where like we all work together for good kind of thing in ourselves. But if you have a weakness, take note of that, see what someone might, because of their, personal inadequacies that you can see. If you know they're a jealous person, if you know they're a insecure person, connote, and you get better at this with age, is what I mean. It's not always a one size fits all kind of thing. For me, it's just about jumping ahead and seeing what someone might sort of take the wrong way. Like, obviously, this is the balance that is very difficult, that needs to be achieved in adulthood, I feel like, is that, like, obviously most of my thoughts go towards myself. I think they say like 90% of everyone's thoughts go towards themselves or something. 80 or 90%, I think 80% of your thoughts go towards yourself. So it's not like I'm there like wondering about what other people are thinking about me all the time, even though apparently we all have a sense of paranoia, which is healthy, because there's such a variation of situations in the world. So having healthy paranoia is actually good, not to be hypervigilant, but just to be grounded in yourself enough to put that 80% of brain power towards yourself, not allow other people to steamroller you down for whatever reason, because apparently the thing is, you have to sort of differentiate if someone is dangerous or abusive, or the thing is, I even sound childish when I just said it like that. I know for a fact that everyone has a different way of thinking about things, and we all have a different way of going about life. And just because I would perceive them to be violent, which I don't want, I'm just spreading a lot of territory right now, which are all very difficult issues to just go into in one sentence. What I mean is, just important to stand your ground. I feel like, have faith, like, people will come in and out of your life. What people, what is it? If they mind, people that mind don't matter, and people that matter don't mind. In the general, I feel like you do have to learn to tolerate certain people that you wish you couldn't. But at the same time, I heard someone say yesterday, if life was completely perfect all of the time, would life not be really boring? If law of attraction was the only level of thought, in terms of you attract what you are, you can attract what you want, you can manifest what you want all the time, would it not be super boring? Like, would there not be sort of a lot of sort of, issues with that in other ways? You just, like, wouldn't be normal life. And we've gone through such an uncertain time at the moment. I feel like a lot of things are going around the world at the moment to give us some security. And don't get me wrong, people's intuition is never wrong. Like, people's insight is always correct, and it's good to, in terms of figuring out different people, cutting people out of your life, that's never invalid at any point, regardless of what pandemic we're in or not. And it's a real thing, cutting people out and deciding how you want to live your life, and who you want in your life, and blah blah. Because we all have choices in life, and yeah, I feel like this video is going on too long, so I'm going to let it go there. But yeah, these are my thoughts on handling difficult people. It wasn't very logistic, but just a bit of a mindset, because obviously everyone's got specific situations, and I can't talk on every single person. So there we go. Thanks for listening. Bye.